this is Eric Gall. Welcome to my video, Why Won't My Business Sell? Please be sure to check out additional videos on buying and selling businesses at www.buysellflbiz.com. Selling a business is often a long and difficult task. It takes preparation, patience, and flexibility. When a business does not sell right away, I'm often asked by sellers, why won't my business sell? Certainly one could create a detailed analytical analysis of root cause. However, there is no need to make the simple complex. The primary cause as to why a business will not sell comes down to one answer: price. I firmly believe 100% of all businesses will sell if priced right. To determine an asking price, most business brokers value a business on historical sales multiples of revenue and seller's discretionary income, or EBITDA. They also may take into account the current value of the assets. In the event a professional business appraisal is completed, historical sales multiples are weighted along with several accepted accounting-based valuations. All these methods are academic. The only valuation that matters is the valuation placed on a business by a ready, willing, and able buyer. So why might the price be too high? There are several very obvious signs that will cause a buyer to discount price. Unclear financial records. The number one factor in a buyer discounting price is uncertainty in financial reports. This can be due to bad accounting practices, undocumented cash, excessive expenses being directed to owner benefits such as boats, cars, houses, and trips. The messier the financial records, the less confidence a buyer will have in the numbers. Thus, they will almost always heavily discount the price. Negative or flat growth. If business is declining or flat, a buyer will believe they need to spend additional capital to reverse the trend and grow the business. This perceived incremental investment will be discounted from the price. A poor industry or economic outlook. If the business is in a declining or flat industry, future growth prospects are often dim. The buyer will believe future revenues and earnings will continue to decline and price the business based on those declining revenues and SDE or EBITDA. Slow receivables turnover. Cash flow is king, and in today's credit crunch, slow receivables turnover comes with a cost to the buyer and a discount in the price of the business. Lack of a business plan. If there is no business plan, the buyer will believe they need to create one. This takes time and effort. They will charge for the time, effort, and risk associated with their creating a business plan. Business plans don't need to be long. I've seen 2 to 5 page business plans that satisfy a buyer's need for clear direction and financial projections. Low customer diversity. Large accounts are viewed as risky by a buyer. If one large account can walk away with more than 15% of the revenue, this presents a significant risk to a buyer, and they are likely to discount the price accordingly. High owner involvement. Obviously, a buyer wants to be compensated for their time and effort as well as their risk. The more demanding the business with respect to time and effort, the greater compensation a buyer believes they deserve. A fair salary will be factored into the sales price. The larger the fair salary is, the greater the downward pressure on price. Low product diversity. Similar to large accounts, high revenue products or services are viewed as risky by a buyer. If one or more products or services comprise a significant source of revenue, this presents a great risk for a buyer, and they are likely to discount the price accordingly. A slow transaction rate. Customer loyalty and frequency of transactions are also important to a buyer. The less frequently a customer buys, the more a buyer will need to spend to generate new customers or increase the frequency of purchase. This cost will be factored into the price. A weak, disincentivized management team. Businesses with leadership solely by the owner, a weak leadership team, or with employees who are not properly incentivized also adds risk to a buyer. A buyer will assess the cost of leadership development and proper incentives and discount the price accordingly. High employee turnover. Employee turnover is a sign of poor management, poor incentives, or other underlying business issues. A buyer will assume these issues need fixing, will assign a cost to these fixes, and will adjust the price accordingly. Idle assets. Businesses with idle assets are typically discounted by buyers because of the cost and distraction of disposing of these idle assets. The terms and conditions of the sale. Buyers expect a discount for cash. Cash sales historically sell at 70% of list price. Finance deals sell historically at 86% of list price. Lack of proprietary technology. Technology that is not protected by a patent or copyright poses a risk to a buyer. Competitors may be able to copy the technology and quickly erode a competitive advantage. Lack of protection may cause a buyer to discount the price. So far, I have given you 14 factors negatively impacting price. So, if your business is struggling to sell, take a look at each one of these 14 items and work with your business broker and advisory team to turn those negatives into positives wherever possible. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions regarding buying, selling, or valuing a business, please do not hesitate to contact me for a free consultation. Thank you and have a great day.